Welcome. My name is Raven with Black Pearl, and thank you so much for clicking on this video. Today we are going to explore the twin flame love connection, and we're going to look and see what are the karmic blockages that are coming in between the divine masculine and the divine feminine. As most of you know, a twin flame connection is one of the most powerful connections that you can ever experience in your life. However, it's not always peaches and roses, and it's not always happy and fun. The twin flame connection can be extremely painful, but it's also sent to you so that it can catapult you and your counterpart into the best versions of yourself. So sometimes people ask, why am I not with my twin flame? Why is this taking so long? Why can't we just be together? Why is it so complicated? And the answer to that question is because your true twin flame is going to trigger you. They're going to mirror you, and they're going to teach you lessons that you cannot learn any other way. They are you. They're your mirror. So we're going to go ahead and get into it, okay? Karmic blockages. What is going on, okay? So the first question, what blockages or toxic energies need to be cleared? So let's go ahead and get started with the divine masculine, okay? I have here the divine masculine on one side, man holding a heart and woman holding a heart for the divine feminine. So I'm just going to pull some cards to clarify what's going on. So this is for the divine masculine. All right, let's see what's going on with the divine masculine. I see. Ooh. Okay, so the divine masculine has an issue with sacrificing in this connection, okay? I know a lot of divine feminines complain that their divine masculines may be selfish, they may not be giving enough energy to this connection, and they really have to make sacrifices, and they're not doing that. So whatever it is, the divine masculine basically needs to put forth more effort, more energy, and sacrifice things. And I think that he's also been sacrificing the divine feminine's feelings and emotions based off of other things that are in the way of this connection. So the divine masculine needs to learn how to sacrifice, how to give, how to open up, okay? I see today for tomorrow. So on this card, there are two women here. So what's blocking this connection is that some of the divine masculines have third parties, okay? So they have other women. It could be a wife, an ex-girlfriend, a child's mom. And I feel like a lot of these divine masculines have been juggling two parties or two energies. Okay? Today for tomorrow. This is really interesting. What I'm getting from this is that some of the divine masculines feel like they have a lot more time than what they do actually have in real life. Some of these divine masculines are taking a really, really long time to break free from these other third-party karmic connections, the ex-girlfriend, ex-wife, baby moms, and they feel like they can almost save the divine feminine for later. So it's almost like, not today, maybe tomorrow. And there's other women that are blocking this connection. That's what I'm seeing. Also, we have blinded to pain. The divine masculine desperately needs to explore his shadow self in a healthy way. The divine masculine may have some toxic traits, blinded to pain, meaning they're not seeing or addressing the pain within them. They're covering it. They're not addressing their wounds. What I'm seeing here, oh my goodness, this woman here, she has a bunch of like flies and cuts and stuff on her chest. What I feel, all of these flies may be representing painful experiences, things that have happened, wounds, things that need to be cleared out that the divine masculine has not addressed. This is the number 13 is on this card. So I feel like there's a lot of pain that the divine masculine has within himself, and he's just not addressing it. He's closing his eyes. He's numbing himself. Some of the divine masculines may even like physical pain because that takes away the attention of the emotional pain. Some of them may have self-harming or self-sabotaging habits or activities that they indulge in. Also, too, what I'm getting from this, the divine masculine is constantly hiding things from the divine feminine, where she feels like she's blind and she can't see, the truest version of the divine masculine. He's always keeping her blinded. He's not letting her in and letting her know what's going on with these wounds, with these pains, and he's not addressing these wounds himself, okay? So let's see. What else, Spirit? What else do we need to know about the divine masculine? What are some of his toxic traits and toxic energy? What do we need to clear out for the divine masculine? Alrighty, those just flew out. Cards are jumping today. Yeah, this is pretty much exactly what I said. So we got the invest card, right? So remember earlier we got sacrifice. The divine masculine is not sacrificing, and he's not investing in this connection. Okay? It says, see if they're the ones, spend time together, make effort, getting to know them, emotional investment. So some of these divine masculines have been focused on the physical aspect of this connection, the sexual aspect of this connection, but they're not emotionally invested. And they're not emotionally invested because they're not clear on who they are within themselves. They're blinded to themselves. They have to explore their shadow selves. They have to heal themselves. They have to dig into their wounds, which they haven't done. They're closing their eyes to it. They're being blinded by their own pain, by ignoring it, by pushing it under the rug, pretending it doesn't exist. And they're also not investing in this connection. Not in the same way the divine feminine is investing in this connection, with emotional investment. So that's what we need to see happen so that this connection can move forward, okay? We have the baggage card. This is right aligned with what I talked about earlier. So baggage can be other women, ex-girlfriends, ex-partners, baby mamas, debt. I'm hearing a lot of divine masculines maybe in debt, secrets, not letting go, hanging on to past hurts, issues, identify and heal patterns that impact relationships. So a lot of these divine masculines are treating the femmes terribly because of what they've experienced in the past, and they're not letting this baggage go. They're holding on to it tightly. DMs, y'all gotta let go of this baggage, okay? And then identifying the patterns. So a lot of divine masculines have been treating their divine feminines terrible. They have patterns of ignoring the divine feminine, hurting the divine feminine, lying, cheating, and these are patterns that need to be healed and cleared out. Also, too, we have strategy. So I feel like also, too, this for me is letting me know that the divine masculine is trying to come up with a strategy. Right now, there's a lot going on in the background. There's still a lot that needs to be cleared out before this connection can move forward for a lot of people. And the divine masculine needs to come up with a strategy. It says, have a game plan. Implement daily routines that support your goals. Be clear about your desires. The divine masculine may not even really know how to bring this connection forward because there's been so much toxicity in the past. So the divine masculine needs to plan and strategize, invest, make sacrifices, and release baggage, okay? So let's go ahead and move on to the divine feminine, and we're going to circle back again to the divine masculine and ask a couple more questions. But let's get into the divine feminine right now for a sec. Oh, all right. Whoa, this is a lot of cards, and you know what? I'm going to take all of them. Okay, let's see what we have here. Ooh, this is tea, y'all, okay? And this is really, I hope this helps people work through the difficult parts of their connection, okay? This card, the child I was meant to be. This is the divine feminine. So a lot of my divine femmes have inner childhood wounds that need to be cleared out. A lot of the divine feminines have manifested or have been attracted to partners that may be similar to their fathers, that may have disappointed them, or other masculine energies, okay? So this for me is talking about inner child healing, inner child wounds. And some of the divine feminines may have been looking at the divine masculine almost as a savior or someone who can come and save them and heal these wounds. But Spirit is saying, divine femmes, you got to work on yourselves, within yourself. Go back and talk to yourself. Go back and write letters to yourself as a child. Figure out why you were accepting some of these negative behaviors from the divine masculine. How does your divine masculine reflect wounds in your childhood that you desperately need to clear out? The child I was meant to be. Very, very deep. Okay, so we have Bride in a Cage. This is a very interesting card, and I'm chuckling because I feel this within my spirit. I feel this card so much. Bride in a Cage. The divine femmes, for the most part, tend to be a little bit further along in this journey than the divine masculines. Not always. It depends on where you guys are in your journey, what lifetime you guys are in. Different twin flames have different lifetimes that they experience together. But in this lifetime, the divine feminine, she knows that this is her person, and she's ready to lock it down. But if you look, she's covered with pink lines. It's almost like a cage that doesn't exist. So there's pink lines on this card, but it doesn't really look like an actual cage. It's a theoretical cage. So the divine feminine knows, hey, I'm ready to lock it down. This is my person. I'm ready to be with this person forever. But there's a blockage. She's in a cage. And also, the woman on this card, her face looks like a skeleton. She's like, you know what? She's like waiting. She's turned into a skeleton waiting for this to come forward. She's waiting and waiting. And some of the divine feminines may be decaying and feeling like they're wasting their life away, or feeling like they're in a state of decay almost while they're waiting. Years, for some of you guys, you may have been waiting years for this connection to come in fruition. So look, she's ready to go, but while she's waiting, she is decaying. She's losing herself, waiting. She's in a cage, but it's not really a cage. It's some pink lines. So also too, what I'm getting from these pink lines is that right now it's a time for the divine feminine to put a pause on this connection for some of you guys, and the pink lines for me represent self-love. How do you get out of this cage? How do you get out of this waiting game? Self-love. Pink is self-love. So the divine feminine needs to work on self-love. And the divine feminine needs to trust and know that even though it may take forever, and it seems like it's taking forever, this is something that's going to come into union. Okay? Whew. Downcast pride. So the divine masculine, he's made a lot of mistakes within this connection, and the divine feminine has made mistakes too. I'm not going to just keep ragging on the divine masculines today. I'm not. Both parties have made mistakes, but I feel like the treatment from the divine masculine really made the divine feminine feel very sad and down, and it lowered her self-esteem, lowered her self-worth, it lowered her pride. The divine feminine is a very bubbly, outgoing, positive energy, spiritual, magical person. And the fact that this connection is still not coming into union, her pride is just, she's hurt. Downcast pride. This hurts her feelings. The divine feminines are high priestesses, and they think highly of themselves. So they're just trying to figure out, what is he doing? This is affecting my energy. This is affecting my pride. Oof. Triumph of lies. Lord. These are a lot of cards, and you know what? I'm going to go through all of them because they're all relevant. Triumph of lies. So the divine feminine is trying to overcome a lot of lying and betrayal in this connection. The divine masculine has not been honest, and she's trying to overcome the lies. She's trying to overcome the lies and the betrayal. Anger and change. Now this anger and chains, this came up in reverse. I feel like the divine feminine needs to release the attachment to the outcome and release any anger, because the anger is holding back the connection. The lack of forgiveness, holding on to the past, holding on to the lies and the betrayal. But it looks like she is going to overcome this because it's in reverse. But anger and chains. Anger and negative energy and negative feelings will keep you trapped into a cycle of depression, into a cycle of unhappiness. So divine femmes, good job on releasing this anger and letting it go. Gilded regret. Yeah, some of these divine feminines, actually I feel like we've all been here. A lot of us divine feminines, we regret how this connection went down. We've poured so much into this connection, right? A lot of you guys have poured so much into your counterpart that you regret all of the energy that you've placed into this connection. Gilded regret. Don't regret it. It's for the highest good, even if you may not be able to see it now. Also, this person has sharp spikes coming out of their head, so a lot of divine femmes, this connection has really caused a lot of mental chaos, a lot of mental stress, and she regrets giving her time and her energy to this connection. Lastly, calling the storm. So a lot of the divine femmes are calling in storms. And that means a lot of different things. It means clearing out old energies and starting anew. Some divine femmes have just ended the connection with that Queen of Swords energy. You know, some divine femmes may have went off, cussed somebody out, told somebody off. But this also too, I feel like the divine femmes are stepping into their power. They're holding this divine femme is wearing red. Red is root chakra. She's holding a staff. She's stepping into her power. So she's ready to create change within her life. And she's ready to move forward. All right, so let's explore a little bit more. Okay? Let's see what else. Let's go back to the divine masculine. What else is coming in between this connection, Spirit? What else is coming in between this connection? Let's go back to the divine masculine. What are the karmic lessons that need to be clear, Spirit? Spirit, give me truth and clarity for the highest good of all. Thank you, Spirit. Okay. I'm gonna pull another one. Pull one more. Okay. Yeah, this is literally like the same messages coming out over and over. So the Queen. The divine masculine knows that the divine feminine is his queen and his counterpart. He knows woman, fertility, feminine power, sexuality, friendships. The divine feminine is for sure the divine masculine's counterpart, and he knows that. This is his queen, but look, we have a risk. He's afraid to take a risk because he's been hurt before. And look, this looks like a long path. Look at this. Doesn't this look like a long path? He's taking a long time to really make that investment, to really take a leap of faith. And then here at the bottom, look, there's different arrows. I don't know if you guys can see these arrows, but there's an arrow going this way, that way, this way. So he has options. He may have different options as far as how he wants to handle this situation, but he's not taking a risk. He knows that this is his queen, so he just needs to take a risk. I'm hearing he's scared. Why are y'all divine masculine scared? What are y'all afraid of? Okay, I don't know. Actually, let me pull. I'm hearing two more. Spirit might give me more. Spirit, what else? Okay, let's check out the divine masculine. Oh. All right, we got 4 cards. So we got relational abuse. This is something that I know a lot of twin flames experience. And sometimes, we're talking about the divine masculine here, but sometimes divine femmes, the only way to get over and clear this relational abuse is to A, go to therapy, or B, release this connection, because no one deserves to be abused. So divine femmes, this is a blockage for your connection, okay? This came up for the divine masculine side. Relational abuse. Notice red flags that may be emotional, physical, sexual, financial in nature. Ask for help in situation. Okay? So some of these divine masculines, like I opened up, you know, they have not been treating their divine feminines well. They've been very abusive. Abuse doesn't always mean physical abuse. Abuse can be emotional abuse, not reciprocating, not putting enough into the connection, narcissism, holding back, name calling, arguing. using their energy in a negative way to control the feminine. Okay? Financial in nature. Some of these divine masculines may also be taking their finances and using it in a way to control the divine feminine. If some of you guys, if you already have come into union and you're married or something, you might find your divine masculine is holding money over your head or doing shady things where he's not even really giving in this connection. He may be holding back. He may be trying to control the finances, not really giving any financial support. This is not good, guys. So relational abuse, this has to stop. And like I said, a lot of divine femmes have walked away because of this abuse. The guarded heart. What is blocking this connection? The divine masculine has an extremely guarded heart. He has some of these divine masculines have a completely closed and blocked heart chakra. Like, I'm feeling like a lot of the divine masculines have really difficult issues and things that they need to explore within their heart chakra. It may be blocked off. They're closed off to love. Lingering trust issues, fear from past hurts. Love can't get through that wall. Forgive and let go. So a lot of these divine masculines, remember earlier, we saw that for some of you guys, not all, there may be two women or two feminine energies that the divine masculine was juggling. Whoever this past person is may have set the stage for all of this blockage, resistance, holding back, breadcrumbing, not really giving to the connection, not investing, because their heart is guarded. They've been hurt before. They have trust issues. Okay, and then we have rewrite your story, but it came up in reverse. So this divine masculine doesn't know how to take control of their life and how to move forward from this past energy. Okay, the divine masculines, you need to rewrite your story. The past is over. Let it go. You got to rewrite your story. You have a whole life ahead of you to plan with your divine feminine. So if you're not rewriting your story, you're abusive, you're living in the past, your heart is guarded, you're not investing, where do you think this connection is going to go? Nowhere, right? And then also, too, we have finger pointing. So the divine masculine sometimes does not take accountability for his actions. He does not take accountability for being guarded, for the abuse, for the lack of investment in this connection. He's pointing his finger back at the divine feminine and not taking accountability, okay? Let's go ahead and check back in. We're going to go back to divine feminine, okay? Anything else, Spirit, on the divine feminine side? Okay, we got 2 cards. Ooh! Yes, Lord. For the divine feminines, we got the cheater story. So most of the divine feminines have had something that has happened to where they feel that the divine masculine has been unfaithful or not faithful to this connection, okay? A lot of these divine masculines have cheated on their divine feminines, the cheater story. So this is a blockage in the connection because the divine feminine is still hurt and upset that her masculine is a cheater. Cheated on now or in the past. Trust issues triggered. Heal past hurts and change your future. So, like I said, a lot of divine feminines have experienced some type of cheating. It doesn't always have to be physical cheating. For a lot of us, it's been that way for us, right? But for others of us, it could be work or family or other things that have gotten in between this connection. But for a lot of you guys, it's actually like cheating. Like your person slept with somebody else and now you don't trust them, right? Cheated on now or in the past. Trust issues triggered. So both parties have trust issues. Look. Oh, this is interesting. A synchronicity. I love synchronicities. I just noticed this. I always notice it when I'm doing readings for other people. So that's awesome. So on the divine masculine side, remember we got the guarded heart. The first line on this card says lingering trust issues. Okay, lingering trust issues for the divine masculine. Then we have here on the divine feminine side, trust issues triggered. So both parties have issues with trusting each other. And this is something that needs to be cleared out before this connection can move forward. Okay, also for the divine feminine, now this is positive. You know, this is positive. Thank you, Spirit. Spirit is saying that the divine feminine needs to look out for the sunshine coming her way. Sunshine. Good vibes, happy times, positive attitude, things going well. So I feel like right now the divine feminine is focused on being happy and keeping a positive attitude, working on herself. And like I said, she knows at some point this connection is going to work out, even though she's here, bride in a cage. You know what I mean? It's taking forever, but she knows it's going to happen. Now, I want to go and explore on the divine masculine side, what's going on with any of the karmic energy. Okay, so remember one of the first cards that came out was the Today for Tomorrow card, which made me feel like a lot of these divine masculines are juggling two different people, or there's another feminine energy that's in the connection that's blocking the connection. So let's go ahead and look at, you know, what's going on with the third party karmic connections. I'm going to go ahead and clear a lot of these cards out because it's getting to be too much and I need some space. So I'm going to clear these out. I'm going to leave this one here and clear this out for now. And let's find out what is going on with these third party situations. The third party, you know, the third party, from what I'm seeing right now, it looks like it's more so on the divine masculine side. So I'm going to pull some tarot cards to see what's going on. What's going on with these karmics? With the exes? With the haters? With the people that need to get up out of here? What's going on, Spirit? Okay. So we got 2 cards. Oh, okay. Well, this is awesome. Actually, I feel like I need to pull more. What's going on with the karmics, Spirit? What do we need to know about the karmic connections in the divine masculine's life? Fall out. It was trying to fall out, so I had to give it a little shake, okay? It needed a little shake. Ooh. Okay. So I feel like for a lot of the twin flames in this connection, we're almost ready to move towards union. I see the 7 of Wands in reverse. So this lets me know that there was conflict in the past. The conflict may be coming from a lot of different angles with these karmics in the divine masculine's life. A lot of arguing, fighting, entitlement, fighting over money, control, abuse. And like I said, whatever happened with this karmic person is one of the reasons why the divine masculine is so closed off right now. But this is in reverse, so this is a great sign. So I feel like for a lot of you guys, the divine masculine may be clearing out some of this energy from the karmic, which is great. We got the 9 of Pentacles in reverse. On this card, there's a female. This makes me think also too, and this is probably only for a few people. This is not for everybody. The divine masculine may not be giving to this karmic person. Remember, we talked about ex-wives, children's mothers. A lot of these divine masculines, they have issues where their karmics are pulling energy from them. It could be asking for money. It could be asking for time. It could be dangling things over their head. Some of you divine masculines have children, and so the child's mom might say, oh, you know, if you don't give me money, then I'm not going to let you see your kid, or, you know, just dangling things over the divine masculine's head. So I feel like giving to the karmic is what was holding back this connection. But this is in reverse. So 9 of Pentacles in reverse. There's a woman here. She looks very entitled, but it's in reverse. So I feel like the fighting is over. The giving to the karmic is ending. And then we have the Death card here, but it's in reverse. So I feel like something has ended. I feel like something has ended and something new has begun. The way that the order that these cards came out to me, what's beginning now is this Nine of Cups energy. Also, too, Nine of Cups gives me very selfish energy. So the divine masculine may have stopped the fighting, stopped giving to the karmic. Something has ended and a new cycle has begun where he's now focused on himself. Nine of Cups is kind of a selfish energy for me sometimes, but it's still good. He's and Nine of Cups is right before Ten of Cups, right? So this is the next phase that the divine masculine has to go for before he reaches that Ten of Cups, which is the union with the divine feminine. And then we have the the Knight of Cups. I'm sorry, I thought it was King of Cups. Knight of Cups. So I feel like, once the divine masculine ends these cycles with the karmics, focusing more on themselves, they'll be able to come forward. This is the Knight of Cups. So for some of you guys, it may be the divine masculine. You may see him coming forward with a somewhat of a small offer, or it may be, just expressing feelings, maybe asking you out on a date. But he's coming forward. There's a lot of water here on this card. I feel like the divine masculine is going to be coming forward with emotions, with an emotional offer, with an emotional expression. Also, too, I'm seeing fish. Ooh, some of y'all better be careful, because some of these divine masculines may want more children. Some of these divine masculines are coming forward with, with all of this water energy, emotions and expressions. He's holding a cup. There's fish here. So they may be expressing, hey, I'm ready to offer something now. Hey, I'm ready to move forward. So I feel like for a lot of you guys, this karmic stuff is actually ending. That's the energy that I'm getting. And the divine masculine at some point is going to come forward. We don't know when. The timing varies for everybody. Remember we had the Bride in the Cage card come up on this side, and the feminine looked like she was just, aging and turned into a skeleton waiting for him to come forward. But he's coming, okay? So I feel like the karmic energies are clearing out. Let me ask Spirit, what do we need to know about the karmics? Anything else, Spirit, you want to let us know? On the divine masculine side, what's going on with the karmics? Okay, these two cards flipped over. Okay. So we have perception. So I feel like some of the divine masculines, their lesson is to change the way that they perceive what has happened to them. I was going to make a video about this, I still am at some point, about healing. Healing is simply changing your perception of what has happened. You can't change what happened, but you have to change the way that you perceive it so that you can heal and let go. So this is what the divine masculine needs to do. I'm not really getting a lot of love energy or, anything shady going on right now. Like I said, I feel like a lot of that has been cleared out, or the divine masculine is working on clearing that out. Whatever the karmic X's and toxic energies, I'm not feeling that. I feel like this is really more so he needs to heal and change his perception about whatever happened with the karmic. And there's so much green on this card. It's like green, 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 green. Heart chakra healing. Right here, there's a green stone. So, divine masculines, you need to get you some green crystals, some malachite, some jade, some green aventurine, and work on that heart chakra and change your perception about what has happened so you can move forward and come into union with your femme, right? And then we have wisdom. Yeah, the divine masculine needs to connect with his higher self and talk to his guides and talk to his spirit. I feel like, too, for a lot of you guys, this is like confirmation. This is definitely for a lot of you guys, not all. The karmic energy is someone in the past that has shared some type of world with your masculine. So it could be some ex-girlfriend that maybe they've lived together, ex-wife, child's mom. Yeah, and I see a big bundle of sage here too. So divine masculines, you gotta clear this energy out. and use your wisdom. Connect to your spirit guides. Ask your spirit guides to guide you on how you can come forward and come back to your divine feminine. But yeah, this here is definitely for a lot of divine masculines. This is someone. The karmic energy is an X, a feminine energy that shared a world with the divine masculine, and now this all needs to be cleared out, and the divine masculine really just needs to step into its power and talk to spirit guides. All right, now I'm gonna go over here. Even though I didn't see anything on this side about third parties for divine femmes, I'm gonna go ahead and ask, because this is a collective reading and I want to make it fair. You don't know. The divine feminine, she may have some third party influences. So it may not necessarily be another person. It could be, but let's see. What else do we need to know on the side of the divine feminine spirit? What are the karmics or the third party influences? What's going on with the divine feminine as far as, this one just fell out, as far as any third parties, karmics. Okay, guys, so to close this reading out, we are asking spirit, what any additional messages do we need to know? What else do we need to know about this connection? I got quite a few cards. Moving forward, I might start making things like this, like the extended readings, but let's go ahead and get into it. So one of the first cards that we got, what does spirit want us to know? Reach out in reverse. So right now, a lot of the twin flames are not in communication, right? I talked about this in my last reading, that a lot of the counterparts are not reaching out. We're in a period of silence and separation. Somebody's not talking to somebody. Somebody may have blocked somebody. But this silence and separation is for a reason right now. No one's reaching out. There may be some stagnancy in the connection. But it's all for the highest good, because the twin flame connection needs to balance out, and both counterparts need to work on themselves individually. So here we got the balance card in reverse. This card looks like the epitome of the twin flame connection. There are two people looking like they're fused into one person, and that's pretty much what your twin flame is. Your twin flame is you, the other half of your soul. And so I'm seeing a lot of pink in this reading. I've been seeing pink in this reading all throughout. There's a foundation of self-love. Look, at the bottom of this twin flame connection, this card is in reverse. But at the bottom, the base of this connection needs to be focused on self-love. That is the key takeaway and the key lesson for this reading. How are we going to clear out these karmic blocks? Love ourselves and do it individually and focus on self-love. And also, there needs to be more balance in this connection. This connection is not balanced at all. So we have to work on balancing. And when we notice, especially for divine femmes, if your counterpart isn't giving to you, then you have to pour into yourself. That's the best way to balance out the connection. If you're not feeling the love, love yourself, right? Okay. Spirit also wants us to know, to piggyback off of that, nurturing has to become the forefront of this connection. Spirit is asking the divine masculine to be open to the nurturing energy of the divine feminine. Be open to this nurturing, loving energy that your femme has to offer. Also, again, love yourself, nurture yourself. We all have to nurture ourselves individually so that we can come into union with each other. There's been a lot of stuff that's happened. This was a lot of tea today, y'all. So even with all of those karmic blockages and things like that, our ultimate goal is to love each other, to come into union. So let's focus on nurturing. Spirit also wants us to know, and this is something that popped up again, in my last reading that I did, challenging times. There's a man on this card. So Spirit also wants us to know that one of the reasons why the divine masculine has not been contributing to this situation is because he's going through challenging times. There's a 5 on here. This is kind of giving me 5 of Pentacles energy a little bit. But everybody's going through challenging times. It's Corona world. We're in the middle of a pandemic. So just keep that in mind. Also, too, with all of these nurturing cards and balance and all that, the giving and the give and take doesn't always have to be financial. Divine masculines, if you are not in a financially stable position, there's so much other things that you can give. There's so much more you can give. And you should let your divine feminine do what? Nurture you. When you're going through challenging times, don't hold back and isolate. Let your divine feminine nurture you. Because when you are emotionally distant and you pull away, then she has to what? She has to rest. She has to rest and heal. And she has to nurture herself. Because you're pulling back because of these challenging times. So sometimes, everybody goes through hard times. So just be open to giving in other ways that are not financial. Be open to nurturing your counterpart. That goes for both people. Both people need to nurture each other. And then we got the Seek card. The Seek card is in reverse. There's been a lot of green too in this reading, which lets me know that there needs to be some serious heart chakra healing in this connection. Like I said, I feel like for the divine feminines, your heart chakra actually may be overactive. You may be overly emotional. It may be overstimulated. You're overwhelmed with all of these feelings. And so you have to go within and seek that healing, that heart chakra healing, so that you can move past this. Also for the divine masculines, you have to reach down within inside of yourself and clear that heart chakra blockage. A lot of your heart chakras are completely closed off and blocked. So this is for both counterparts. Divine femmes, some of you might have an overactive heart chakra. Divine masculines, it's closed. So we all have to go within and seek that divine wisdom, self-work, self-healing. And also talk to spirit. Look, there are blue birds on this card. So we all have to listen to spirit and what spirit is saying and advising us to do in this connection. And this is in reverse. So there's a lot of imbalances with the heart chakra. Okay? Last card, and I'm going to close it out with this card. La, la. I can't sing, y'all. Let me stop. I was about to, but I'm going to let that one go. Long as we got, that's the song that, y'all know what song I'm talking about. Who is that? SZA. That's the chorus. I'm gonna let SZA hold that one, but that's the song that just came in my head. Okay, love. This is the ultimate goal for the divine counterpart twin flame connection. What I noticed on this card, and again, a lot of recurring messages. There's 2 vines on this card. Each vine is coming from a different person. So each person has their own individual growth to do. There's a vine coming out of the man, and there's a vine coming out of the woman, and both of those vines are, look, they're intertwining, and then finally they connect up here with love. But this is something that has to start with yourself. This connection, this love, if it's going to work, it has to be rooted in self-love. You guys have to individually grow separately, and then once you grow separately, you come together. And sometimes you may be coming together and then coming apart and growing separately again, and coming together and growing apart separately again, before finally you come into that divine union. So a lot of us may be experiencing back and forth, periods of time where one person is growing more than the other, periods of separation, periods of silence, periods of karmic blockages. But just know that the biggest takeaway that we all have to learn is that individual growth is key for this connection to work. You have to grow within yourself in order for you to come into union with your counterpart. And once you do that, once you heal yourself, grow yourself, nurture, clear out that heart chakra, listen to your spirit guides, get over all of the old stuff, then the way will be clear for this divine union to come into play. Spirit also wants to leave us with this connection is love. Let's not forget that, guys. This reading was to explore the karmic blockages, and what we're doing now, we're doing shadow work. We're figuring out what we need to do to move forward. But at the end of the day, this is why we're all here, because of love. So never forget, amongst all of the drama, the back and forth, the heartache, that there is love here. This is a true divine love connection. And that's all what we want, need, and what we're looking for. So let's stay positive. Let's work on ourselves separately so we can come into union. All right, guys, that's all I have for today. Thank you so much for listening and watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and thank you so much again. If you want a personal reading, you can message me on Instagram. My Instagram is Archangel Raven. There's going to be a link below, so you can message me on Instagram. Also, my website should be up soon, www.blackpearlgems.com. So check me out there, and if not, again, just send me an Instagram DM. All right, guys, I wish you peace and blessings, love and light, and I'll see you on the next reading. Bye.